Exactly.
That's
So
right.
these stories, this history is all a part of me, but it really doesn't truly explain why I love this community so much and why I'm so committed to fighting for this community. And I want to take you all back to the second grade, the third grade for me. I just transferred from the Brown School to the Kennedy School. I was a young kid. I was afraid. I didn't know anybody. And I walked into Miss McGranaham's class and didn't know anybody. I had a room full of kids looking at my face. And I just sat down, quietly sat there, and just didn't know what to say. And right next to me, a young kid, just my age, reaches over to me. And he says, "My name's Raphael Brathwaite. You can call me Junior." And that person became my first friend. My first friend is here today. Raphael. My boy Raphael. And I see a lot of people that I grew up with here today who are not big into politics, but they're here for me today. And I appreciate all of you being here right now. Junior and I, and all of us, we've been through a lot in this community. We graduated from high school together. Raphael got me into playing basketball. He tied my shoes when I was a kid. He taught me how to tie my shoes. And he came to my wedding. He was there when my son was born. And we go to the Medford pool together all the time. And if Raphael's not there, my son says, "Daddy, where's your best friend?" We've also had some bad times together. Raphael is my only friend who knew my father before he passed away. And we've experienced a lot of tragedy together. A lot of people in this community have. We've lost friends from the opiate epidemic, people from drugs and violence and crime. We all have a good friend that I think of a lot named Mike, who was one of the best athletes in our school. He was one of the smartest kids in our school. Everybody loved him. He was one of the most popular kids. And I don't get to hang out with him like I do with Raphael and all of you. The only time I see him is outside of Boston Garden, begging for change, because he's on the street. Just yesterday, I ran into someone who lived on Lexington Ave right around the corner from me. He's on the street as well. And these people, they refuse to leave this community. They don't have homes, but they refuse to leave this community because that's how much they love it. And it's so much a part of them. And all of this pain, all this struggle, it's a part of me as well. The fact that so many of my friends can't afford to live here, people who did the right things, they followed through, they got jobs, they got education, they got training. They can't afford to live in this community. And people are getting pushed further and further back. My boy Raphael, he lives in Medford right now. He's one of our Medford voters. And there's a lot of Somerville expatriates in Medford. And there's a lot of people in Medford now who now can't live in Medford and are moving further and further back. It's getting to the point where 1 out of 3 Massachusetts residents have said they've seriously thought about leaving the state entirely. Large portion of people pay over 50% of their income in rent. And we're the #1 state in this country for inequality when it comes to raising a family of 4. These are the problems we're facing, but we're facing them together. And Raphael's been with me from the beginning as a friend. And there's one thing that we don't have in common, that I can never get him to be in common with me, is my love of politics and of activism. I've been obsessed with politics since I was a kid. I've been going to activist movements. I was part of the anti-globalization protests in the 90s. We did Occupy Wall Street together. We were with Bernie. It's been a big part of my life, the labor movement. I could never get Raphael into that, which is fine. But the one thing I could never do is I could never get him to register to vote. Until today. Until today. My friend Raphael, he's registering to vote. He's going to make sure his entire family registers to vote. They all live in Medford. He's going to tell his friends to vote for me, people who don't care about politics, people who are only thinking about survival. We're going to get those people, we're going to get them to vote for us, and that's going to be the difference maker. But I, more than anything, want all of you to have the courage of a third grader. I want you to find someone you don't know, reach out and extend your hand, and shake that person's hand and ask them what they need and let them know that you care about them. Even if you don't know them, you care about them. That changed my life 40 years ago, and it's going to change this district. It's going to change the state. That's the power we have as a community. We're not going to have the State House banging on our door to support us. We're not going to have outside organizations trying to influence the race for their own agenda. We only have one thing, and that's each other. And that's what we've always had. And that's all we ever will need.
Yeah!